That's it. That shit ass as fuck.
It's my name. It's not name. Oh,
That's how Mike was.
Oh, really? You ain't heard me say dick, you heard me?
Nah.
I said,
What's good, YouTube? PS we're back on another
banger.
Omni-Man versus Homelander for Death Battle. But hey, before we get started, there's a couple things you don't mind. Please.
Omni-Man, the Invincible champion from planet Viltrumite.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Oh yeah. He's
no clue.
This guy right here, he is not aware of nothing like DC, Marvel, anime, none of it. You feel what I'm saying? So things in this category, this man, this is gonna be like his natural first reaction. Me, I'm kind of more familiar with all this, so I'm excited. Versus this nigga right here.
Homelander, the world's greatest superhero, brought to you by Vought International.
But, if you want to see more of him,
stood the test
a non-anime watcher dude,
first.
You know what I'm saying? Let us know, and we will, you know, make how many things
did
happen. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't talking about right now.
Shut up.
Answer.
Ain't talking about shit.
We're all screwed.
Hey, skip me, nigga.
He's Wiz and I'm
he's
up in the
still.
sky.
Yep.
It's a bird.
Okay.
It's a plane. No, it's Omni-Man. Had you go in there for a second, huh?
This is right
not
here.
really. His name is in the title of the video.
Well, you might be forgiven for mistaking Nolan Grayson for his classic comic inspiration. He's even got that sexy mustache that he's not afraid to hide with terrible CGI. Born on the planet Viltrum, Nolan was sent to Earth to act as its super-powered alien defender and spread the enlightenment of his utopian homeworld.
And as his superhero alter ego,
Really
Omni-Man, there was no one better suited to the task.
Like,
he saved the world countless times, worked alongside the Guardians of the Globe, and even married and had a son, Mark.
Life couldn't be better until Mark inherited his dad's Viltrumite powers. That's when Mark found out that his dad was a stinking rat bastard liar.
Turns out, Viltrum wasn't exactly the peaceful utopia Nolan promised.
Peaceful in the sense that they culled half their population, murdering billions with their bare hands
killing the
until
fuck
only
out
the
of each other.
strongest were left, united by a common purpose.
This Viltrumite empire then went on to conquer planet after planet in their home galaxy, murdering any who dared oppose them. So just scratch that whole peaceful part entirely.
And turns out Omni-Man was here to do that same thing to Earth. Sorry, Mark. Your dad's a dick.
Even worse,
you gotta watch it like this. Like this ain't the same as what you think it is. Like this is different. This is way different.
No, I know.
You gotta watch it.
That one
the entire planet.
Imagine combining the raw power of a Kryptonian and the bloodlust of a Saiyan. And what
Niggas
you
don't watch
get
part
is
two. I
basically a
recommend stuff
Viltrumite.
like this.
Due to their
with
unique
my eyes.
DNA,
What's your eyes?
Viltrumites
Okay, I
compose
understand what you're saying.
smart atoms that they can manipulate to achieve superhuman
shit like that.
like holding their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the
like actual
oxygen
people
inside them.
Kind of reminds me of that whole bioelectric aura thing Superman has. That's basically how comic writers bullshit a sciencey explanation for his powers.
Except
Like, what the
smart
what?
atoms make even less sense. How can atomic structure be designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms. It's completely nonsensical biological hogwash that I cannot stand.
Uh-oh, comics fans. I'm calling this debunked. Viltrumites can fly, withstand near absolute zero temperatures, and even possess insane healing factors. You know, stuff like getting punched through the stomach, having your guts ripped out, or having your face smashed up in a tomato soup. I don't mean to exaggerate, but Viltrumites in this series get fucked up and somehow survive.
However, too much trauma to the brain or heart can overtax their healing factors, and intense heat can be especially damaging.
Even the most powerful Viltrumites can be killed by extended baths in the spicy hot plasma of a star.
And because of their abilities, their inner ear vestibular system is far more sensitive than a regular human's. Intense sonic pressure will disrupt their fragile equilibrium and even prevent them from flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up making them way stronger. And considering Nolan has been alive and planet conquering for thousands of years, he is easily one of the toughest Viltrumites around. Like other aliens attacking him will literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark didn't inherit everything from his dad. Despite his alien genes, Mark was raised as a human with our weak, pathetic human values like love and compassion and not brutally murdering the shit out of everyone you see like a maniac. really made it difficult for Nolan to relate to his kid.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best to minimize casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Nolan, meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back to their homeworld, then spent some time systematically annihilating their planet for even daring to take Earth from him. Classic generational divide.
Annihilate is underselling it. Nolan flew so fast that his body lit their planet's atmosphere on fire, creating massive country-sized explosions, with his own body as the projectile.
Omni-Man has flown across galaxies in only a week, survived punching a hole through a planet, and even deflected a meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance from the top of the Panhandle to the Gulf of Mexico.
One thing about these cartoon motherfuckers, like, you know how, like, especially when they go outrageous like this and be
way
like,
over
this shit is not realistic at
4.6
all whatsoever.
quintillion tons,
But when they make
moving
it
at
like this, it's
re-entry
like,
speeds of
you
over
can't just see
11,000
unrealistic
meters
shit.
per second, and it
You
hit
can only
with enough
see
energy
unrealistic shit really in cartoons.
to destroy the moon twice over.
So Omni-Man is strong enough to slaughter those who considered him an ally, the Guardians of the Globe, all to ensure as seamless a transition to the coming Viltrumite rule as possible.
Too bad for Nolan, it wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to go through his son first.
Mark was horrified by his father's treachery, spurred on by the reveal that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a disposable broodman. Invincible fought Omni-Man to save the planet.
And that's when Mark's real Viltrumite training began. Get it? Training? Like the train?
Yes, we get it.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a
you ain't
good
see that
pun.
shit, yeah.
Jesus.
But if anything, it was Omni-Man that
This
learned a
nigga's
lesson
yeah,
about
this man's
humanity
menace.
that day.
A real
He
deal
may have
menace.
tried to turn Mark into a Viltrumite, but in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
Did he?
Yeah, he did, technically, yeah. And that's season 1, that's the end of
This
season
episode
1
is
right there.
sponsored by
He human now?
Working on a
No, I mean he was human. Like
5G chess
what they
planet
mean
to
by
kill.
so what they mean by human is pretty much like you
Oh,
know
not
how
that- not
inhumane he
dogging
is.
these
Yeah,
niggas.
because
He
he's
ain't dog his son.
type. No, he was dogging the shit out of him. You saw
No,
how he
but
was
he
beat up.
dog him.
No, he dogged his son. He beat
Like,
the
he
fuck
killed
out of
him.
him.
Did he
No,
kill
he
him?
didn't kill him.
Canadian.
Right, he didn't kill him, but it got to the point where like damn, like
long ass sponsor.
on the game,
I know they got
trying to
paid for that though.
they got bread
paid
on the game.
good
Bread,
for
bread.
it.
Welcome.
Hey, if anybody want to sponsor us, no,
the game.
Rich and I rich and rich.
Have a wristband?
American
No, okay.
conglomerate whose number
We can't
one
get
products
in.
are the greatest superheroes
I feel like you
on
might
the
watch
face
this.
of the earth.
I feel like you might like
That's
this.
right.
Yeah,
Superheroes
this
are
one.
real, and they're
the
big
boys.
business.
Imagine a
boys?
company that possesses
It's
a
like-
monopoly
yeah,
on
this
popular
is-
culture,
Because it's people,
pumping
yeah,
out
you know, there's
movies,
actual things.
TV
I
shows,
feel like you might
action
like this
figures, and
more.
video games
more
constantly,
your taste.
drowning the
TV
masses
show.
in a slurry of focus-tested nostalgia opium with no end in sight.
Yeah. Imagine.
It's like the same
Within
with
Vought's pantheon of gods
Pretty
among
much,
men
definitely
is their
like-
premier super team, the Seven, and its leader, Homelander.
He's got the looks, the charm, the Jesus, and most importantly, he's got the power to slaughter all of America's enemies at home and abroad.
Damn.
This guy probably
job.
eats freedom and shits eagles.
But Homelander's squeaky clean corporate sheen is only skin deep. Far from the big blue Boy Scout he's marketed as, Homelander is probably the closest thing to Lucifer on Earth.
Remember Bad
It's
Future
actually a really good
Biff
show, too,
from
I
Back
ain't
to
gonna
the
lie. It's
Future?
actually a good show.
Now give him
I ain't gonna lie.
superpowers and media training.
Vought's official story is that Homelander was an alien who landed here as a baby, a tale we're all familiar with.
And one that's total bullshit. Homie was made in a lab with Vought's proprietary super soldier serum, Compound V.
And he
Forgot
was
about
a
that.
complete success.
Too much of a success. He was murdering rooms of terrified scientists before his umbilical cord was even cut. In the comics, Vought had to keep a remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times because they had no idea what else could possibly kill him.
As he grew up, he was subjected to psychological conditioning to make him the greatest and most profitable hero of all time.
It wasn't long before he debuted as Homelander, the ultimate defender of the American dream.
Homelander possesses massively superhuman strength, speed, and durability. He
At the
can
end of
fly
the day,
at
I can
hypersonic
low-key see
speeds,
why,
see
you
through
know what I'm
walls
saying?
with
Our creator
X-ray
didn't wanna
vision,
give us
and detect a
powers,
person's
shit like
emotional
this.
state
Man,
from
but
just the sound of
what
their
it'd be
heartbeat.
fucked
That's
up.
what I'm saying.
But
It'd
you
be
know
worse.
you're done for when he
Literally
breaks out
be
his
worse
heat
off.
vision, which is strong enough to slice through crowds of people
That is
or
crazy.
split
Oh, man.
airplanes in half.
I
Or
remember that shit
screams
on me.
so
That shit was
loud
crazy.
that it shatters the eardrums of
Now, all that was
anyone
just a
around
thought.
him.
When he
Those
knew
are
that shit,
innocent
yeah.
bystanders whose ears are exploding, by the way. Oh yeah, he totally botched this mission to stop a plane hijacking, so he forced each and everyone on board to die in the resulting crash so they wouldn't reveal his incompetence.
Well, Homelander's powers may be real, but his heroism is a charade. Though he plays his part well, he cares nothing for the peons he's forced to protect.
The only thing he treasures is, ironically, his public image. Turns out being raised as a lab experiment doesn't create a healthy person.
Obviously.
But don't worry, he eventually cleaned up his act and started a totally 100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero. Who just happened to be an
Freaky
actual
deaky
Nazi.
shit on me.
Speaking of sex, Wiz, you know how I'm always saying we should figure out how Superman and Lois get busy? Well, forget
No,
that,
that's
because
Superman. That's
Homelander
like the
proved
old-
that they
that's like the
can't
old-
when
Superman
his
was black.
ejaculation blew his
Everybody
partner to
is black. I
smithereens.
don't know. I
Who
guess.
proved
but-
that?
What?
Yeah.
There's no way to
I'm just talking
sugarcoat
about
this.
my boy
Considering a
mouth.
human's
I don't know. For real,
load
but
has much
that's-
less
I guess
mass
it's how
than
the
a
animation
shotgun
is lit.
pellet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to
Willow
achieve
Brown.
the same kinetic energy, over 1,500 meters per second, or 4.5 times
Wait,
faster
what
than
the fuck
sound.
he just said?
That's right. Homelander can bust a nut faster than the speed of sound.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
good
so
night,
like,
everybody.
what? I mean, I just heard
Ooh,
that
kind
shit.
of sucks for humanity that they made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
That's no exaggeration. Stillwell even commented that Homelander has proven immune to every weapon known to mankind, no matter how powerful. Humanity literally lacks the ability to kill him.
That'd include nuclear weapons as powerful as the Tsar
Damn.
bomb, which
should.
exploded with the energy of 50
should,
megatons
man.
of TNT.
Actually,
See,
it
like,
could have exploded with
I'm gonna
twice
be
that,
honest, bro.
but the Soviets who
Omni-Man,
created
the
it were
other dude,
afraid it would
that's
irreversibly
pretty much
alter
like
Earth's
Goku.
biosphere
You know
and
what I'm saying?
end
The
the
strongest
world.
nigga on
That's
on
right,
this side,
we
you
all
know,
almost
to be honest.
died.
And that's the kind of
Goku
shit
was stronger than
Homelander
on-
can
on-
shrug
on
off
that
no
side.
problem. He's strong enough to throw a
You don't even
jet
know
with
how
one
Goku
hand
looked.
and
That's
fast
crazy,
enough to
y'all. Y'all
outspeed
understand?
a
Y'all see me
C4
right now.
explosion.
Despite being
Tell
an
him how Goku
emotionally
looked.
stunted man-child, Homelander is still surprisingly cunning and able to manipulate those around him.
Though it probably wasn't too
you got
smart
this
to
far,
piss off the world's angriest
I appreciate
limey,
it, 'cause-
Billy
For sure.
Butcher. Yeah,
Indeed.
turns out forcibly fathering a bastard son with someone else's wife is not a good idea.
Of note, as unjustifiable as it is, to Homelander, this gave him something he never had before. Some small measure of control over his own life.
Being born Von's star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His superpowered son was the first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new beginning. It's time for our
ain't
death
money.
battle!
Oh, probably 3.
Oh,
This
I ain't
finna
gonna
be the
lie.
fight?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The animation actually looked great. This is great already. Animation is probably top tier. I think so. I feel like they probably collab with some people to make this shit because they animation don't usually look this good or crisp.
Oh, for real?
Like this shit look good. Like this looks good. Like compared to what they have, this looks
Let
good.
it work out. Let it work out.
This looks amazing.
It's the good part, ain't it?
Yeah.
Howdy, neighbor. Coco? It's warm. You know, Nolan, Homelander is more than just a superhero. It might be cynical to
No,
say
this shit
this,
look
but he's
great.
a
This shit look good.
brand. And it's
No.
very important to me that that brand means something. And if I'm playing second fiddle to some
his wife and
goddamn
shit,
alien,
I know, I remember
what's
that
really the
thing.
point, right? What do you think, Debbie?
That's his wife. Yeah.
Nah, she's shy. So, do we have an understanding? Get the fuck out of my country.
Bro, I just want to point out, when it was explaining this nigga, you know how they say like he looked at his wife as a pet.
Pet, yeah.
So her being dead didn't even phase this nigga.
Yeah.
And them just adding that that just make it good. Just make it good. Make it good. It's good. It looks good. It's
Country.
Good. I'm sorry. It's good.
Click back.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed you your own heart.
Okay.
Not even phased by none of this. Really.
Shit.
What the fuck? He don't even know who he getting into
Was
it
a
with.
great
Hey, gotta
line.
lose, like, somebody gotta lose.
Somebody has to die.
Country? Seriously? I'm not here for your country.
That nigga here for the whole world. That nigga is not a fair fight, bro. It's not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight. It's not a fair
So
fight.
you know,
I know who's gonna win, bro. I haven't watched this. I know who's gonna win, though. I know who's gonna win, though. The old nigga finna win, yeah. Omni-Man finna win. It's not a fair fight. Like, he's manhandling, literally. He's had control the whole time, in my opinion.
ever been hit by someone your own size before? You have to turn with the punch to reduce.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You could do that.
They don't mean nothing. I'm sorry. It don't mean nothing though. It's not gonna work.
It's
not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
What's the matter? Are you going to cry?
You don't give a fuck. Look at him, bro.
Doctor, I'm done with you. I'm gonna flashpoint that little shit son
Okay,
of
this
yours.
nigga trying to turn up.
This neighborhood and every goddamn person you know.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Like I thought. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're gonna feed him the heart.
Remember what I promised you. Now
Yeah. They gotta do one with him and Goku, bro. That's the only fair fight
Christmas.
I see. That's the fairest it'll get. That one a fair fight.
How can you violate him that
Wiz,
bad?
if there's a guy,
they break it
sure
down. They
seems
break
like
down
he
why they
was
chose
working out
this
some
one.
aggression there.
Despite Homelander's dominance within the world of the boys, he's a big fish in a small pond, relatively
Absolutely,
speaking.
yes.
Homelander can move faster than sound, while Omni-Man can move faster than light. Homelander can survive a nuke, while Omni-Man can shatter the moon twice over.
To be fair, Homelander did have a couple of abilities Omni-Man didn't, like his heat vision.
And while Viltrumite healing factors have failed against continuous exposure to the heat of stars, that still took quite a bit of time, and there's no reason to think
Right.
Homelander's heat vision was anywhere near that hot.
Hell, Nolan's take
Right.
heat
That makes
vision from the superhero means Supreme before, who can vaporize people in an instant.
Even if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting damage. Similarly, despite being able to disrupt his equilibrium with his supersonic screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to capitalize on it in any meaningful way.
Plus, while Homelander is pretty devious when the situation calls for it, Omni-Man has been fighting and conquering worlds for thousands of years.
That's true.
He comes from a
Yeah.
warrior culture based on fighting. Homelander, on the other hand, comes from a test tube and never had to push himself as a
literal
fighter
test tube
because
is
he
the-
was always so much stronger than everyone else.
And that's the key difference between
It
them.
makes
One is a warrior, and the other is a bully. Homelander was never going to give up easy, but Omni-Man's skill, power, and
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I saw that one coming. It just made
makes
the
sense.
most sense,
It
bro.
makes sense, yeah, it makes
Especially after seeing the show, you just like, nah, this nigga he don't got shit on this nigga. After seeing both shows too. But hey, like I said, if you want to see more videos like this, you know, interactions.
In the back, I ain't talking suburban. I been swerving the coupe, I been going fast.